so crazy. I don't even know if you guys can hear me, but I'm just so like in awe. There's so many beautiful places and things just like melt away when you're overwhelmed by nature's beauty. This world is fucking beautiful, and traveling by yourself really just like opens you up. The sun feels so good. I'm gonna show you guys what my backpack looks like. This little knapsack right here, all my makeup, all my clothes. I have like a little purse for my camera and for like writing journals and for a book, but other than that, like all my necessary things are in there. So I was so proud of myself for being able to condense, because I really just, being on a budget, you cannot pay for freaking checked bags. So I wish I had gotten more footage of like the process of going like to San Diego, because I came across so many beautiful sights and so much scenery that was really just captivating. I got stranded in LA. Thank you, Delta. Thank you, Delta. I was literally freaking out so much, but then I like sat and I was like, you know what? I'm obviously here for a reason. I ended up getting a freaking free hotel room, as well as free dinner and free breakfast. And the universe works in like so many different ways. Everything follows the path it's supposed to follow. And I mean, I'm in Sacramento now, so I made it. And now I'm like planning all these trips that I want to go on when I get back to New York. Finish my makeup, show you guys what I look like, and then I'm heading out. All right.
I'm tired of trying love. You try to buy my love. I'm
Oh my gosh.
tired of crying up. You try to buy my love. My love, my love. It won't make me stay.
Do I really need to put highlighter on top of all this stuff? Yes.
Why you gotta ruin my day, my day? Money won't make me stay. I got my own paper. Move 'cause you're in my way. Why you wanna ruin my day, my day?
I also bought the Fenty Beauty lip gloss. I don't know if it's going to be flattering on me, but I guess we're going to find out now. Ooh. All right, here we go. This feels like an ASMR. I swear, you guys are gonna think I'm crazy after this video. I just have a lot of energy. Most of it's nervous energy. So that's what's going on here. Yes, I use this as a setup for the friggin' phone. I'm back home and I originally was going to turn this video into a travel diary kind of mood piece-ish thing. I don't really know, but I realized when I was looking through the footage that I definitely did not have enough. So I went on Instagram and asked you guys to send me questions on traveling and like anything you wanted to know, maybe answer some questions about my experience traveling alone for the first time. And I did get some questions, so I'm going to run through them really quick for you guys. Yeah, I'm just gonna jump straight into it because I don't want this to be too long. I wrote the questions down here because I'm using my phone to film right now. So sorry if the quality kind of sucks. Before I get into the questions, let me give you guys a little bit of a background story. So I basically did a trip to California on my own, and I stopped in Chicago, Las Vegas, San Diego, LA, and then my final place was Sacramento. Sorry. But yeah, so those were the places I got to stop in and see. So a tip about traveling, if you're traveling alone and you want to see multiple places but are also kind of on a budget, is to take flights that have layovers that are long, maybe like, you know, overnight layover. They're really great to take advantage of. You definitely get to like see the area and stuff like that. I highly recommend them. I had so much fun with layovers. A lot of people, especially people who don't like flights, they're not fans of layovers because you are like having to constantly get on and off a plane. But for me, I liked it, and it definitely made flying a lot less anxious for me. I was definitely more relaxed because the trips were shorter and it wasn't just like one long flight. But yeah, that's my first tip. So now I'll get into the questions. So the first question I got was, what did you enjoy most? For the traveling aspect, like the process of getting to San Diego, I really liked the fact that I was taking flights with layovers, as I said before, because not only did I get to see a ton of really cool places and take a ton of great photos and get inspired like photography wise, but I also have a fear of heights. And so usually, you know, when people don't like heights, they get on a couple roller coasters or like, I don't know, go to the rooftop of a building or like, I don't know, skydive or something. But for me, I thought it was a great idea to take multiple 10+ hour flights. And yeah, logic, I guess. In the end, everything worked out and it was great, and it felt like I was conquering a fear within the fear of traveling by myself. As for California, I enjoyed all of California. California is beautiful, the weather is beautiful, the people are chill. It's an entirely different kind of vibe from New York and like where I am now, which was really cool to experience and just like meet different people. Yeah, I love California. What were some places that you visited, and would you like to visit them again? I stopped in Chicago, but it was only for a limited amount of time, so I definitely do want to go back to Chicago, and I do want to go back to Las Vegas because they're beautiful, and I got some really great photos there, and I definitely want to go back. I visited LA, but by accident. Yeah, I was only supposed to stay for like a 3-4 hour layover, and I ended up staying overnight because of a flight mishap, but everything worked out as you saw in my intro. So yeah, I definitely want to go to LA and visit that area more. Sacramento, I got to see this place called Tower Cafe, which was really nice, and I would love to go back. The food was amazing. San Diego, I loved all of San Diego. I definitely want to go back to Ocean Beach because that experience and the people I met there, it was just so great. Yeah, I love San Diego. So a few of you were asking me to briefly talk about budgeting. I would definitely say tickets are a priority and save up money for those first, and then like worry about everything else. How was your experience, and if you could speak to your old self, what would you say? Overall, my experience was really great. I loved it so much. And if I could speak to my older self, I would probably say to just do what you want to do. Like, don't let your thoughts or anything stop you, because you are capable of achieving what you want to achieve. And just because you think you don't have the confidence, or you think that it's not going to be fun, or you think that being alone will suck, don't listen to those thoughts. Don't listen to other people that like put your ideas down. Just like go out and see things for yourself, because there have been so many times where I've held myself back from things because of my own thoughts, and now that I was able to literally push myself across the country, I really feel like I can just do whatever I want and do anything that I want to do, and I can achieve whatever I want. So yeah. Okay, so this last question is kind of lengthy, but I'm going to like skip to the main questions that this girl gave me. Lena, if you're watching this, thank you so much for giving me all this wonderful info to cover in this next question. So, is it relatively safe to travel alone as a 19-year-old black girl? I'm 20, so I'm not that much older than you, and I would say yes. You definitely have a lot more of an experience traveling alone. Traveling with people is fun, but if you don't know the people you're traveling with, that can affect your experience. So I would say if you're not really comfortable with those people and you don't know them, just go by yourself. Also, how much do you plan your road before going? So I don't know, did I say this before? But this trip was really impulsive, so I didn't plan anything. But I would say it would be really smart to plan your trip. So if you can plan it, plan it. Do you know any relatively cheap bus or plane companies? I flew with Spirit and I had a really great time. A lot of people say Spirit sucks, but I actually had a great experience with Spirit. And for buses, I would say Megabus is really good, especially if you buy tickets in advance. They're really cheap, so yeah. And lastly, what are your favorite East Coast spots? So you mentioned in the question that you're going to DC, so I'm gonna assume you're talking about DC. But yeah, my favorite DC spots, I would say going to the African American Museum is an amazing experience. I had so much fun going there, and it's so inspiring to just see like my people being celebrated and just having their own creative space and their own like place of honor, I guess. And so yeah, I would definitely recommend going there. And also I would recommend going to Chinatown in DC. I love Chinatown. It kind of reminds me of New York, but a lot nicer. I don't know if that's rude. There's performances that happen like right next to a movie theater that are really cool. And you should also check out the food in Chinatown because it's really good stuff. So yeah, that's it for right now. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope I was able to answer some good questions, and if you have any more, let me know.